Okay, we're live already, Mr. Tosin.
Good evening.
I think Emma is in the waiting room. Let me see if I can bring her up. Artist stream. Hi Emma. We can barely hear you. The sound is pretty bad. Starting and scaling export businesses in Africa. I know next to nothing about this subject matter. While we are waiting for our moderator to fix a sound, I have to adjust my camera. I didn't do my makeup very well. Am I looking fine? Okay, I can see your call coming in. We are live already, Emma. We can't hear you. Okay, we have two persons viewing live. Please, if you are live with us, tell us where you are watching us from. Tell us where you are connecting from. Tell us where you are reaching us from. Just put in the comment section, introduce yourself briefly, and tell us where you are connecting from. Waiting for your comments. Okay, amazing. I was shown that briefly. I see Adele, I see Bella Manta, I see Moronke. Sorry if I'm murdering that name. I'm sorry. Akande from Nigeria, Bella from Port Harcourt. Okay, Lanye viewing from Nigeria as well. Shimize viewing from Nigeria. Amazing. Do us a favor, please. Take a minute to, or a couple of seconds to invite somebody to join us right on this live chat. We'll be having an amazing time this evening. I don't want to waste further time. We don't want to waste further time. We just want to get into what we're having tonight. And I want to give our guest I don't have the words to really introduce her. So I don't under introduce her. No matter what I do, I think I will under introduce her. So I want her to do us a favor of telling us who she is. So Miss Tosin, you're on the live call with us. We want to get to meet you. My name is Philip Emmanuel, connecting right from Nigeria. So who is the amazing, fantastic, beautiful woman that we have live with us today?
Thank you very much, Philip. My name is Tosin Sosanya. I'm an international trade consultant, a proud ex-student of the Mode Africa. Thank you. Shout out to Mr. Tekena Ikoko
Are you
for...
there, Miss Tosin?
Yes, can you hear me? Can you hear me? Am I audible?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, great. My name is Tosin Sosanya. I'm an international trade consultant. Um, of course, an export consultant, a coach, a speaker on many fronts, and an executive trainer as well. And a proud ex-student of the Mode Africa. Shout out to Mr. Tekena Ikoko for giving us this platform, to express ourselves and also to raise billionaires in Africa. Thank you so much for the privilege.
Amazing, amazing. I like the word raise billionaires in Africa. I should claim it. I was almost shouting amen. I wanted to claim it. It's like a prophecy. It's going to be a fantastic session tonight. I feel excited already. Starting and scaling export businesses in Africa. I know next to nothing about this subject matter, and that's why it is very personal to me. I have my notes turned on here. I'm taking notes. I'm learning, even though I am anchoring the section, and I can't wait to start executing what I will be learning. So if you're on a live call, the principle is simple: ensure you learn with a book and a pen, or maybe your notepad. It is very important you learn with a book and a pen. The whole subject of exportation and doing business across borders is what Tosin will be demystifying for us this evening. So, Ms. Tosin, I don't know. I know there are a lot of questions that have been coming in already. I have some of them outlined already, but I want you to give a brief introduction into what this whole exportation thing is about. How, not necessarily we can start, but what it is really about. Maybe a foundational talk about it, so we can maybe then pick up from there.
Okay, I would like for this to be as participatory as possible. So you help me with the chat. So first and foremost, let me start by defining what export is. Export is the
Okay.
movement of goods and services across borders where people in other countries buy and make use of such goods and services. It could include capital as well. That's when it comes to trade. You can talk about movement of capital, trade, goods and services.
Hmm.
Okay. But let me ask, what is Nigeria's most exported product presently? Who can guess? Nigeria's most exported product.
Nigeria's most exported product. I'm hoping somebody can put that in the comment section, but I want to give a guess. I want to
Mhm.
give a guess. Crude oil.
Correct. But besides crude oil, there's one that is raining currently.
Oh, okay. There's one that's trending.
Mhm.
Okay. I wanted to say something out of point, but I had to control myself. Okay.
Please
I
go ahead.
think
Not if
I don't know. No, if I say that, I'm going to scatter this live calls. I don't want to say it.
go ahead.
Bella, I said crude oil, yeah, but Tosin said, though it's one of it, but there's one that is really trending right now. So I'm trying to wrap my mind around what is trending. What are we really
Do
exporting? What are we
you
exporting
have
in this country outside of crude oil? Um,
you have people in the chat who are responding?
plantain, fried plantain, plantain. Are we exporting plantain?
Not really, not plantain. Well, we are exporting plantain, but not in that volume. Who can guess? Do we have people in the chat guessing?
Yes, Bella said crude. Okay, Bella said shea butter.
Well,
Let me
that
pin this
Nigeria
down.
actually has the largest amount of shea butter trees in the world. We have close to half of what the world needs. Yes, Nigeria alone has close to like 48% of shea butter globally all over the world. So there's no reason
In
why
the world.
Nigeria should, yes, of the
Whoa.
world, of the Africa. So there's no reason why shea butter should not be our major export item anyway. There's no reason why we should be focusing only on crude oil. We should also be looking at shea butter on a large scale. But there's a lot to say about that. But yeah, back to my question. Yeah, bitter
Okay,
cola,
somebody
yeah.
said bitter cola.
I agree, but that's not what I'm looking for.
Okay,
Did I
okay.
help you?
Please go ahead and help us.
All right. Right now, the largest exported material from Nigeria is brains.
Did you say grapes? I didn't get that.
Bra- brains. Brains, thanks to the Japarians. Did you
I
get
didn't get
that?
that.
I said
No, no, no.
brain.
I didn't get the pronunciation very well.
I said brains, Brains, thanks to the Japarians. The Japarians who are Japaning every day.
I was gonna say we are exporting entertainment, but I feel we are, even if we're exporting entertainment and other things, I'm just thinking about how to put it. You just sum it up in brain. Because people that are living in the country, they japa, so we're exporting our labor force, our brains over there. Is that what you're saying?
Yes,
Wow.
for free.
Wow.
There's a brain drain going on currently. I just wanted to throw that out as an icebreaker and as a brain teaser out there. But the truth is, currently our largest commodity, our largest traded commodity right now is our brains. So that calls for some
Our
things.
brain.
Yeah,
Is that adding to our GDP at all? I don't
that's the
know
question.
because the people going there.
That's the question we should be asking ourselves. How does that contribute to our GDP? That's the question that the government should be answering. The think tank for the government should be, pondering on that. And how do we make that reflect on our GDP? Because the best of our best hands, doctors, nurses, healthcare workers, you all know how it's going with UK visas and all of those things. They are leaving the country in their masses every day, in their numbers.
Mm, mm.
Yeah. So I'll leave that there for food for thought. So let's go right into my introduction. So exportation, like has been defined. Africa has. It's amazing that Africa has only about less than 3% of all world trade globally. Africa has less than 3%. Please feel free to
Okay.
interject in comments, or I want it to be as interactive as possible. This is hard
Okay.
to believe. Yeah, this is very difficult to believe when you think about all our commodities such as oil, our germs, our food crops and spices, and all of that. It's sad that we have just less than 3% of global trade. What can we do about that? That's part of the reason why we are here tonight. And across Africa, when we look at Africa alone, within Africa, Nigeria has about over 200 million people in total. In Africa, we have, you know, uh, 1.3 billion people in Africa. But Nigeria, until recently, has only done 10% of African exports. So we're doing about 50 billion when there's capacity for 500 billion on the continent. Nigeria, with 200 million people, has only about 10% of Africa's exports, or within Africa. That number does not tally, right?
Can you can you say that? Can you say that Nigeria? You said Nigeria with about 200 million people has just 10% of Africa's exports.
Within
Is that
Africa,
what you just
yeah.
said?
Yes. So Africa does like $500 billion per annum,
Wow.
but Nigeria does only $50 billion per annum.
Oh,
Yeah, did you get that?
that's 10% of the total amount.
Exactly. And we have,
Despite, and we seem to be exporting much.
so yeah, a lot of things are wrong. Number one, our data is not properly captured. Number two, when you stay only at the level of exporting raw materials, you are at the bottom cadre of the food chain, of the value chain. Do you understand me? When you stay at the level of only exporting uh, materials, you are at the bottom level of the value chain. And I think that's reflecting in the numbers that were. And thanks to AFCFT, I think we have at the back now.
Mm.
I think we have Emmy at the back. So yeah, thanks to AFCFT.
Okay.
Have you all heard about AFCFT? Let me know how many people in, how many people of AFCFTA. Have you heard of AFCFTA, the Africa Free Continental Trade Agreement? Anybody? Let me start. Has anybody heard about it before now? Anybody with knowledge of AFCFTA, the Africa Free Continental Trade Agreement? Anyway, this was ratified among 54 countries already, has been ratified among 54 countries already. Okay, I'm hearing some noise. And has commenced.
Yeah, that's my background, but you can just roll up. No.
Yeah, and has commenced already in March this year. Since last year January, since 2021 January, it has started. So yeah, in July 2019, Nigeria signed the AFCFTA. And what the AFCFTA does is to ease the movement of goods and services across Africa. Okay? It aids the movement of goods and services across Africa. It helps us to export our goods from Nigeria, for example, to Ghana, to Senegal, to other African countries, of course, respecting the rules of origin, but without the trade barriers that have been there up until now. And now this definitely will boost our trade and will give us access to the 1.3 trillion people, that we have in Africa. This, you will not just be servicing 200 million people in Nigeria, you'll be servicing the whole of Africa. All right? Now, who should export? I would say not everyone. Not everyone, because if everyone is exporting, who's going to import? Who's going to buy? You get? So, but anyone can export. Anyone can export. Anybody can export. So what should we be exporting?
Why?
Anybody who has the capacity, anybody who has the flair, anybody who is willing to do the work can export. Anybody who has the mind and capacity to do it can export. So it's not something that is so difficult that is meant for a selected few. But definitely not everyone is going to export. So what should we be exporting? We should not just be exporting our brains that we are seeing right now. We should export our services, our goods, and our products. I know that before now, a lot of people have always thought about export as only products. But I'm here to also highlight this evening that services right now are fast selling. You can be in Nigeria and have your customers who are paying heavy. You can be earning in dollars from wherever you are for your services, for your skills, for your talents. Okay, you mentioned something about the entertainment industry. I could stay here, be on my YouTube, and you understand what I'm saying. But much more than that, services like your customer service, if you are a good customer service, you can be here and be working for a current company. You could even be a contractor. You understand? If you're a good, you are very good with digital artistry, digital publishing, or whatever it is that or digital printing, or whatever you call it, that's good. Social media marketing, that sells fast. Are you with me? So yeah, let me also let you know that you can export your language. You can package your language and export. There's a lady right now who... Hello, Philip, are you with me? There's a lady right now that is teaching children abroad how to speak and understand the Yoruba language. And she's making a hell of money from that as well. So you can, so she's here in Nigeria, but she's teaching, she has students abroad that she takes on Yoruba lessons from time to time. And she's making good money from that. Okay? You can as well export your food crops and spices, your cocoa, shea butter, and all of that. You can export chili pepper, fashion pieces, and all of that. Leather, but for leather these days, there's been some ethical issues. So people are tending to most fox leather for the sake of the environment and all of that. So how do you export? You export successfully through value adding. You have to add value to the products that you're exporting. I want us to shift from the mentality of just exporting raw materials to the place of thinking of adding value to the materials that we have, which is very, very, very important. But all of this will be explained better as we go on. Now, the AFCFTA, as I mentioned earlier, that is the Africa Free Continental Trade Agreement, is helping to ease export across Africa by introducing international payment system. This payment system allows for people to be able to, somebody in Egypt can buy from you here in Nigeria, and then they pay in their local currency. You can buy from someone in Ghana. Instead of paying in Ghana cedis, you are charged, your bank is charged in Naira. Okay? Your bank is charged in Naira, even though you are charged, your payment is due in cedis. But that can only be made possible when you are on.
Hi, Tosin, are you there? Can barely
Can
hear
you
you.
hear me now? Hi, Philip. Hi, Philip. Hi. I think Philip might be having some network issues. Please, ladies and gentlemen, put in the chat box. Can you hear me, please?
Yes, we can hear you loud and clear.
Great, thank you. So yeah, I was saying that the AFCFTA has created a level playing ground. Your market is no longer Nigeria. Your market is now Africa. You can move goods. You can move services. You can even move citizenship. So it's no longer an ECOWAS passport that you'll be carrying. So you can go to Kenya, for example, and start living there as an African. Start your business there. Start your services there without all the barriers that you had there before now, thanks to AFCFTA. And like I said, the African Union also introduced an international payment system that allows you to be charged in your local currency. So, like I said, for example, you could buy goods worth some amount of Ghana cedis, but instead of looking at how to convert your money to dollar, then dollar to Ghana cedis, you are charged in naira thanks to the international payment system. But this can only be done through the AEI. That is the number given to you when you get onboarded on the Mansa platform. Mansa is the program that is run by Afrexim Bank, which every exporter or importer in Nigeria should get onboarded. Makes the business faster. If they are not only will you be on their catalog, not only will you be there and be easily found by other people who are looking for to do business with, it also gives you access to the AEI. And the AEI, like I said, helps you to benefit from the international payment system. So consider positioning yourself in the export value chain. You can actually make money from exports without exporting anything at all. You can make a lot of money from exports without exporting anything. For example, if you're in haulage, you're in logistics, which are services that are needed by export traders. If you position yourself rightly in those places, you can make a lot of money there as well. So if you're in drop shipping, you are into drop shipping, you are in e-commerce, you are into branding and printing, you are into transportation, for example, you are a research analyst, or you are an export broker, or you are into documentation like NISAT, or you are into fintech, solving payments problems. So there are other ways in which you can make money from exports without actually exporting anything. You could be an export consultant. I don't know if you got that. I'm going to repeat it. You could be an export consultant. You could be a broker. You could be in fintech, helping solve payment problems. You could be in logistics and haulage. You could be in e-commerce. You understand? You could also do as well drop shipping. You could be a research. You could be a market research analyst. So these are ways in which you can make money from exports without actually exporting anything. But before you export, because I'm going to be answering some of those questions now in this my introduction. So some of the questions I see recurring are, what are the documents that I need to export? Before you start exporting at all, there are a few things you need to put in place. Number one is you should have a limited liability company registered with the CAC, the Corporate Affairs Commission of Nigeria. It is very compulsory. If you don't have a registered
Wow.
company, then you must be a joker. I'm sorry, pardon my language. Like, you're not ready to do anything yet. So you must have, and it's not difficult these days. It's less than 50,000 naira. I believe you can register a viable company depending on who your lawyer is. So yeah, you must have a registered company. You must have export-ready products or services. Because if you don't have a product, you don't have a service, what are you trying to export? Then you must register with the Nigerian Export Promotion Council. That's the NEPC.
Did you say
That gives you the
export ready products and services?
export ready products and services. So what are you exporting? I will explain more on that later. But export ready products are products that are ready for export. Your goods and
Okay.
your, yeah. So but I will talk more about products later. You must register with the Nigeria Export Promotion Council.
Okay.
They are the ones who give the license, the export license,
Okay.
what we call the NEPC certificate. Then you must register your products with NAFDAC or any other regulatory body that controls the product you're trying to. It could be SON, it could be the ISO, whatever standardization or regulatory body that works for the whatever you're trying to export. Make sure you get the certification. Then you must register with FIRS. You would be required to give your TIN at some point. Then you must definitely, you are exporting, you expect and in foreign currency, you must have a domiciliary account,
Okay.
right? If you're expecting to earn in foreign currency, you must have a place where the money can come into.
That's
So
that's
yeah,
the Federal Inland Revenue Scheme, right?
yeah, that's for your tax. That's for the tax the tax part. But I'm saying that if you're exporting, it's because you want to earn in foreign currency. So it means you must have a domiciliary account
Okay.
where the foreign currency can be banked into. All right. And of course, if you really want to make a headway, you must register with trade associations. You must look for trade associations that you can join, the ones that are relevant to you, and you can on the Chamber of Commerce. So trade associations such as AGOA, EABA, BTN, and Chamber of Commerce like the NASIMA, the LASIMA, and all of that. There are several chambers of commerce in the country. You should register with them because that's where you get information. Information is key for successful exports. You need to register with such
Chamber
bodies.
of Commerce.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a Nigerian Chamber of Commerce, there's a Lagos Chamber of Commerce. You have them across states. Every state has a Chamber of Commerce. So find the one that is closest to you and register with them. It's not so expensive, but there are a lot of advantages that you get from there. You get information, you get trainings, you have access to trade fairs and all of that, yeah, which will help your business. So what documentation is required for exports? You require, like I said, your NEPC, that is a certificate of the license, your export license from NEPC, the NEPC certificate. You require the NXP form. The NXP form is National Export Proceeds form. That must be submitted to your bank before any, gotten from your bank before you can do any shipping out of this country. You have to have your pro forma invoice your insurance certificate, your bill of lading, commercial invoice, parking list, certificate of origin, certificate of inspection, certificate of health, combined certificate of manufacturing and free skill and all of that. Don't worry, we'll definitely get into more of these things as time goes on. So the NXP form is usually in 6 copies. You need to fill that up, and submit. And then, of course, there's what we call the RFI, that is the request for information. And of course, if you're shipping, you need to have your bill of lading, your commercial invoice, and other certificates. And if you're going to Europe, there's what they call EUR1. You need to have that form as well. So yeah, I'd like to stop here for now. And know if you have questions for me, I'll be glad to take them. I'm here for you. So let me know. So far, so good. What has it been like for you, everyone? Can you put it in the chat box? Have you gotten any information tonight? Is there something you would like for me to repeat? Is there something you'd like to know more about? I'm here and I'm happy to take your questions right about now. If Emmanuel would come back and help me with the chat to take questions, I'll be glad. Yeah, Emmanuel, are you with me? Hi, Emmanuel. Okay, great. How do we register on Mansa platform? So you need to join the relevant associations. Thank you for that question. Digital World of Income. So here you can register through agencies. So Mansa does not take
Yes. Go ahead.
Mansa doesn't work with individuals, they work with agencies and relevant bodies. So you can register through, I am currently the country representative of the Egyptian African Businessmen Association. I'm the Business Development Secretary of the Nigeria, Trinidad and Tobago Chamber of Commerce. So through our platform, you can get onboarded to Mansa as well. But there are several other bodies as well. Through the Chamber of Commerce, I think my Chamber of Commerce is the Chambers of Commerce are working with Mansa as well. We are working with Mansa. So you need to look for a relevant agency to join. Like I said, the Egyptian African Businessmen Association is there for you. The Borderless Trade Network is there as well. You can easily get onboarded, through these agencies. I hope that answers your question, Digital World of Income. And yes, you should start looking at how to export some of these your digital services. But all of these things.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now.
Okay. We are getting some questions coming up. And I think they are very important questions as touching the documentation and everything. So I know there are more questions for us to cover, but I would like us to go for a very short break. So we'll come up back, we'll take all of the questions. I see people asking questions on documentation. Somebody is saying you were too fast. If you can repeat the documents needed and some other questions. So we pin the questions on the screen as soon as we come back from a short break. So just give us a couple of seconds. Stay with us, don't go anywhere. We want to show you something. We'll be back shortly. Tosin, are you good?
Very, thank you.
A young man named Philip once jumped out of a burning building through the first floor window. He was the only survivor of this painful and tragic event. He was deeply grateful. Problem now is 3 years later, whenever Philip wakes up in his apartment, he never takes the front door. Every morning, he still jumps out of those windows to go to work. You and I are just like that young man. Research shows that driven by an instinct to survive the drama of childhood and teenage years, we unconsciously adopted certain beliefs, habits, and attitudes. These beliefs and attitudes helped us to survive, but now we do not realize the extent in which they sabotage. A young man named Philip once jumped out of a burning building through the first floor window. He was the only survivor of this painful and tragic event. He was deeply grateful. Problem now is 3 years later, whenever Philip wakes up in his apartment, he never takes the front door. Every morning, he still jumps out of those windows to go to work. You and I are just like that young man. Research shows that driven by an instinct to survive the drama of childhood and teenage years, we unconsciously adopted certain beliefs, habits, and attitudes. These beliefs and attitudes helped us to survive, but now we do not realize the extent in which they sabotage us from truly enjoying what we have or connecting with what we truly want. From students to educators, from lovers to parents, from employees to employers, if you don't unlock these patterns, you may never sustain true happiness, no matter the success you achieve in life. These habits that got you to where you are now may never get you to where you truly want to be. And sadly, the fish does not know it is swimming in the river of its own urine. Our intervention program called SHAPE runs on a new emerging research that frees you from these saboteurs and engages your sage brain. It's delivered via an app in a way that has proven to be incredibly sustainable. This SHAPE program reconnects you to reposition you. You deserve better. So click the link below or the next button to understand more.
Okay, so sorry, so sorry. I don't know what happened. This was situation beyond my control. But can you hear me now?
You're breaking, but we can hear you a bit.
Okay, let's just pick up from the question why I am sending another mail out to tell them we are back live.
Okay. So what questions do we have now?
Okay, there are some questions. Basically, there were questions about. I'm trying to pin them for you to see.
Okay. How many
Okay,
people
Bella,
do you have? Yeah.
we have 5 persons live with us at the moment.
Okay.
Can you see that question?
Yeah. Do we wait for them to come back?
Okay, no, we can just go ahead now. I'm sending an email out to everyone again.
Okay.
Okay, we can go ahead.
All right. Okay, great. So do you want me to read the documentations that are required again, right?
Yes.
All right. So you need a duly completed NXP form, 6 copies. Um, you need a pro forma invoice. You need the Nigerian Export Promotion Council certificate, the NEPC certificate that gives you the export license. You need also the RFI form, that is a contract agreement where applicable. You also need your relevant quality certification. Is it NAFDAC? Whichever one is relevant to the product or service you are trying to export, whether it is NAFDAC, whether it is SON or the ISO, whatever is relevant that makes you credible. Then you also need your bill of lading for your shipping documents, your commercial invoice. And if you're shipping to Europe, you need your EUR1. So those are the things that I said. So for shipping, also you need your packing list, your certificate of health, and all of that. So I hope that answers the question for the person who is asking. Can we have Emmy in as well?
Yes, I think so. Okay.
Okay. Hi, Tosin.
Bringing out on already.
Good to see you and hear you.
In fact, I've been backstage all the while, so I heard everything. Yeah, I was
Awesome. So
listening.
how was it for you? How
Great,
was it?
great, great. Wonderful. I was reading the comments and seeing all the questions coming in, and of course, how you were taking them on one by one. Are you still taking questions?
Yes, I'm here to take questions.
Okay.
We can pick up with the questions, right?
Yes, yes. You can ask me the ones that you sent earlier or the ones in the chat box. Looks like Emmy is frozen.
I
Can I
can
hear?
hear you,
Okay.
Tosin. I can hear you.
All right.
Okay, so are we ready? I can go on with the questions now.
Yes, please, Emmy.
Yes, please.
Okay, great. So, people, thank you so much for your patience. We actually had some glitches, but good we are back. Good we are back. I
Okay, it seems Semi is frozen. Can you hear me?
Yeah, very well. I can hear you, Manuel.
Okay, I'm just going to go on and pin the questions. Now, I don't know if you want to trash this. Can you see this question? What are the main items for exportation to Canada?
Okay. The
Tosin, can
items.
you still hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, Emmy.
Okay, maybe you take Philip's question, then you take the one I asked. That how do you source for buyers for export products?
Can you hear me now?
Loud and clear.
Okay, great. So yeah, let's start with this question. What main items can we export to Canada? You can export to Canada what Africans are eating because food is primary. Everywhere in the world, food is primary. And as a side joke, Nigerians always look for their swallow and soup wherever they go. And with this mass exodus to Canada, you can be sure that there will be need for Nigerian products such as cosmetics, our locally made cosmetics. There will be need for our fashion pieces, ready-made Ankara, Ashoki, and all of that. There'll be need for food items, spices, your gari, your lubo, your cassava, all kind of things that you think Nigerian and Africans eat in all. Recently I was in Dubai, and because in Dubai they eat the unleavened bread and the all other kinds of bread. So you don't find our own kind of bread over there. But you find out that recently there's a supermarket that just opened, and all of a sudden on an aisle you find something they call they call it African bread in brackets agege bread. Somebody,
Agege
yes,
bread
yes,
in Dubai.
yes.
When else you go, please buy it for me. Buy it for me.
So somebody has done their market research and realized that they have Nigerians there who don't patronize their bread because their bread is either the flat bread or the shawarma, what we you call the shawarma bread over here, or the baguette, the long baguette and all of that. So we don't Nigerians don't eat such kind of bread. We like our bread stretchy, doughy and all of that. So they had to start creating that. So think of what we need or what your people at home would normally use. So that's a ready market for you. I am trying to answer any questions as well. Where do I get buyers? You have people there as well. So on the internet, you go on the internet and make your research. Who are running the African shops? Pakistani shops as well. I'm giving you all this information for free, but you have Pakistani shops in the UK that sell African products. We have African shops as well. We have African restaurants. You could be a major supplier for African restaurants. So you could do your research on that. Those are the easy go-to. But you could also join associations like the Egyptian African Businessmen Association, where we help to facilitate trade. So what we do is to showcase your business to the rest of Africa. Wherever there's a demand for your kind of product, you are on our hot list, you're an A-lister, we push you forward and we recommend you to these sources. So we are brokers. What we do, we are middlemen, we are brokers, and we introduce you, we push you forward, to the market that requires your need. You
Okay,
can also,
please. When you say brokers, how do you mean? Are they like middlemen? How do they come in?
yes. So what we do, for example, what I do or what I can help you do is I have a list of your products, and I have a list of your products, and I also have buyers who are sourcing for credible suppliers. When they come to me because they trust me, I can push you forward and say, this is a verified supplier. This is somebody that we know that they are credible, they can deliver on what they promise, then we can connect you. You understand? So that's
Okay.
what the broker does.
Okay. Okay. I get that.
And in the
Uh,
same light, they are also trying to get their products into Nigeria. We help them, we connect them with distributors and local importers here in Nigeria as well.
okay. There's another question on the screen from Larry Hassan. Larry Hassan is asking, where do we get information about the product and services to the exported and potential buyers?
You need to join relevant agencies because although if you can do your work on the internet, you'll be fine. But there's some information that are not on the internet, I can assure you from experience. So you need to join relevant bodies. Emi is there,
Okay.
she's in the web. OIT is there for women. AGOA is there. When people in the US and all of that are looking for farm produce, they go to AGOA. But EABA is also here. I'm representing EABA. You understand?
What does it stand for?
Egyptian African Businessmen Association.
Egyptian African Businessmen Association.
Yeah,
Association.
association. So yeah, and I'm the country representative here in Nigeria. So here we have access to a lot of information. And okay, Patience, I see your question. What does it take for me to be a broker? You need to get registered on my training program, or I have different tiers of program. I have different levels of program. I have the first tier where we get to export ready from concept to consignment. If Philip will help us with the flyer, where we take you from concept, from your idea, to getting export ready products. We take care of your labeling, your documentation, and all of that. We guide you through the process. This is a hand holding process. Secondly, we also have a process where it's done for you. So all of this, we use our connection, our network, and all of those things to connect you to the market, to help you do some form of research, you understand, and put your products out there. That's a done for you service. That's a done for you service. So I can give you my email address. You send me an email, and then we can take it off from there. My email address: AYESTSO, that's ESO, AYESTSO@gmail.com. AYES, if somebody can help me put that in the chat.
In the chat room, okay.
AYESTSO@gmail.com. Send me an email if what you're looking for is just a broker. But if you want all the entire package, today I'm giving you a 50% discount because of Mr. Tekena Ikoko that has given us this platform. Just for this weekend alone, we'll slash the price. If you take advantage of this program between now and Monday, you get a 50% discount. And that's a whooping price for me. Thank you. Thank you. So
Awesome.
I don't know if you have
Awesome. Yeah, there are more questions.
Thank
I think
you.
Emmy.
Yeah,
Yes.
somebody said, can we export perishable goods to Europe? Yes, if you know how
Philip,
to.
can you hear me?
We can hear you.
Okay.
Yes, so perishable goods. You go into the airport early in the morning, especially vegetables. Vegetables, it has to be done same day. It has to be that same day. You send it out of the country same day from the airport, from the NACO, where they use for Hajj if you're in Lagos, from the NACO session that goes to Hajj. If you go there early in the morning, you are sourced. We can show you how to do all of that when you join the program, but I'm just telling you here for free that if you know how to source for your fresh vegetables, you can leave the country same day, that very day, and get to your buyers.
Okay.
Rakia, I hope I answered your question.
Okay. I think there are more questions.
Yeah. Over to you, Emmy.
Okay, so Philip, okay, Tosin, was asking this question: how do you source for buyers? I know earlier there were women that used to be able to go into the farms, like in the north and even other parts of Nigeria. But now with the banditry and other security issues, even sourcing for products is a problem before you even begin to talk about getting buyers. So the people you're dealing with, how are they still doing that? How are people getting products, especially when it comes into agro products? How are they sourcing for buyers? Are there special buyers? Are there specific people? Are there agencies that sell these agri products or produces?
I'm happy that you answered the questions. Yes, there are specific
Hemi, can you pick what she's saying?
Not really.
Okay, I think our network is lagging a bit. Let's give her some few seconds.
Yes. Yes. Hi,
Meanwhile,
Tosin.
she'll be back live shortly. Is the network? Okay, Patience is asking some questions. Patience, just hold on a bit. Tosin is going to clarify your questions in a bit. Okay, the network seems to have thrown Tosin off, but she'll be back shortly. So, I see you are asking Patience what does the 50% discount? What is 50% discount? Tosin will be back to answer that question.
Okay,
Just
yes. Yes.
we've been getting value from the session transfer. Once again, we want to apologize for the break in transmission
The
and
glitches. The glitches.
yeah, the
Yeah.
glitches and everything. I don't know. I just don't know what went wrong, but sometimes it happens like that.
Philip, I said it. It happens. It happens. I've been in a one of the agencies of the UN session, and I was surprised that from the Caribbeans, United Nations, people were apologizing. It just happened. So
Listen,
these days, when I'm in sessions, I just take it at its come. I don't beat myself up so much about it. She'll be back. She'll be back,
I
people.
didn't see that coming. Okay, while we're waiting for her, let's take a short commercial.
A young man named Philip once jumped out of a burning building through the first floor window. He was the only survivor of this painful and tragic event. He was deeply grateful. Problem now is 3 years later, whenever Philip wakes up in his apartment, he never takes the front door. Every morning, he still jumps out of those windows to go to work. You and I are just like that young man. Research shows that driven by the instinct to survive the drama of childhood and teenage years, we unconsciously adopted certain beliefs, habits, and attitudes. These beliefs and attitudes helped us to survive, but now we do not realize the extent in which they sabotage us from truly enjoying what we have or connecting with what we truly want. From students to educators, from lovers to parents, from employees to employers, if you don't unlock these patterns, you may never sustain true happiness, no matter the success you achieve in life. These habits that got you to where you are now may never get you to where you truly want to be. And sadly, the fish does not know it is swimming in the river of its own urine. Our intervention program called SHAPE runs on a new emerging research that frees you from these saboteurs and engages your sage brain. It's delivered via an app in a way that has proven to be incredibly sustainable. The SHAPE program reconnects you to reposition you. You deserve better. So click the link below or the next button to understand more.
Welcome back to Sin.
thank you.
The
Sorry
Nigerian
about
network affected you.
Hi, Tosin. Welcome back.
sorry about that, everyone. So sorry. We're still in Nigeria.
It's okay. Some interesting questions came up. So, Philip, you can go ahead. I think it's the money part now.
First of all, Patience is asking how much is 50% discount. I think Patience, you can reach out to Tosin via the email we pin.
I sent a link. There's a link. There's a seller link there.
Okay, on the chat, right?
Yeah, there's a seller link. You want me to call out the link for you?
While at that, um, Rakia has something to a question she's asking you. Can you see that, Tosin?
What's the question? You mentioned how we get buyers, I guess, the small scale export. What about the large scale export of charcoal and baby greens? Fantastic. So yeah, that's where the B2B matchmaking comes in, and that's where you need a broker most times, because for you to, so that you don't fall into the hand of fraudsters, because there's too many fraudsters out there, and trusted buyers as well also like to reach out through trusted brokers. They don't like to go directly to sellers because they've been burned severally. So yeah, so I like I said, brokers are there, agencies are there, the National Export Promotion Council is there. They are more or less like a broker as well, because the agencies reach out to them. The chambers of commerce are there, the AGOA, the AWEPs, the OWITs, the EABAs, they are there as well as agencies. Number one, they can help you, demand for your money when it's hanging and all of that. So yeah, but besides that, you can also reach out to them directly. Go on the internet, search for companies that need what you need, and reach out to them. But you are dealing with them solely, at your own risk, if I may say.
There's a question on the screen.
Yes, so like the same answer goes to you as well. So you can go to every country has their own chambers of commerce. Go to the chambers of commerce in these countries, go through their yellow pages, look for the list of companies that are there. But if you want real insider information, then you have to either become a member of IABA or join this our hand holding program. Then we can have other insider information. But the general information out there is it's on the internet. Go through their chamber of commerce, go through their list of industries, search out companies that use what you need, and reach out to them as well.
Oh, awesome, awesome. There's a question about payment system.
We need different products on my start export without being scammed. Payment system. I didn't see the question about payment system.
Okay, how do I access reliable people? Okay, this is the question. Sorry about that.
Okay, yeah. So how do you exactly what I just said? It's just the same question in different ways. Find a reliable broker. Find a reliable brokers know themselves. If they cannot, because everybody does, no, nobody handles all the products in the world. For example, there are brokers for food exports, there are brokers for spices, there are brokers for oils, there are brokers for gems, diamonds, and all of those things. There are brokers for charcoal, like what you're saying. There are brokers for cocoa, because that is also dealt with in large quantity and all of that. There are brokers for oil, petroleum. Let's not forget that Nigeria exports petroleum on a large scale as well. So brokers know themselves, and they know who to recommend you or refer you to if it's not what they can handle.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. Okay. Um, most of the questions have been tackled. I'm going through them. This question on licensing, I don't know if you've dealt with it.
Yes, yes. We spoke
Okay,
about licensing.
okay. So I don't
Okay,
know most of the
Tosin.
question. Pick up, Emma.
Yeah, Tosin, I understand. Somebody mentioned it. You could confirm it that you can actually export without documents. There are these things you could export in very small quantities, a goosey, dried bitter leaf, little things, in small packages, and that there's a way it's done, and at that level, you really do not need all the documents, so to speak. In fact, the person said you do not even need a CSC registration, or maybe no, not a CAC registration. You do not need the other company registration. You could just do a business name, registration. I don't know if you could confirm that.
I cannot confirm that. That is criminal. Number one, you're cheating Nigeria because there's no record of your export and Nigeria cannot take their taxes. Secondly, you easily fall into the hands of fraudsters because they know you're not a serious minded business person. So they will price you down and they will deal with you the way they deem fit. You understand my point? Because once they know that you don't have your
Yeah.
proper documentation, they will deal with you as they feel, as they deem fit. They can hold your payment to whenever, and there's nothing you can do because you can't even go legally to chase your payment because nobody has a record that your business transaction even took place. You understand my point? So it's
Wow.
better to go, yeah, it's better to go head on, do things the proper way, get your proper documentation, get a registered, be registered as a limited, at the very least, as a limited liability company with CAC. Get your documentations. You just
Okay.
never. Also, let me add that if your products are so fantastic, and then you have a bigger order from a bigger company, how do you now position for that? You start running helter skelter to get the documentations. In the time that you are looking to now put your papers right, when the big order has come because you have a fantastic product, another person will take the opportunity. You lose it. So why not get it right from the
Yeah.
scratch, from the start, and then you are positioned rightly for the big break you are looking for. I hope
Awesome.
that clarifies it.
Awesome. Awesome.
Thank
I
you.
just want
Thank you for that
something.
clarification.
You're
I mean,
welcome.
I think most people missed out again on the documentation. I want to plead if you can recap. Somebody's asking again, so that I can type that in the comment section. Documentation seems to be a big deal.
Okay, before I go into documentations, for the hand holding and the in-depth training, now let me explain a bit about the training. So here on the training, we talk about documentation extensively. We even connect you with how you can get the documentation done and all of that. Then we talk about how you process for food products, how you process it, and how you package it such that it is accepted, in the export space. We talk about your sourcing for markets and connecting with markets and all of that. And then we also have a 2-day practical training for those who are going to food crops, especially for those in Lagos. You can enter the factory, you see what the standard factory that NAFDAC approves looks like, and then you package your own products by yourself. So if you are interested in taking advantage of the 50% discount, go right now to stellar.co/FOIP. FOIP, stellar.co/FOIP. You can maximize the 50% discount. This, you are sure, you're guaranteed at the end of this training, you not only have your own export ready products, you will be ready for export as long as you're willing to do your part and you're willing to do the work. So, and like I promised, well, we have a free gift for you. As soon as you register, there's a free gift. But much more than that, we have at least, besides all the other extensive online trainings you'll be having, there's a 2-day practical hands-on training, especially if you're in Lagos, in the factory where you can get these things done. So before you know, you're packaging your own egusi, your own ogbono, your own chili pepper, and all of that with your name and your label on it, and you're ready to roll. So
Okay, for
Max,
those who
our
are not in Lagos, is there an option for them?
yeah, so yeah, we can show you how to set up your own factory. We can show you how, we can show you how to set up your own factory and guide you through. And we're always there for you for the next 3 years to handhold you. When I say handhold you, it's not like we'll be meeting every day. For the next 3 years, you know that you have a mentor in us. So if you come across hitches, you have issues, you can always fall back and say what's going on here, and then we can guide you through.
Awesome, awesome. So will it be out of place to run through some of the documentations for those who want to take notes?
No,
For
no,
those who are
no,
just
no. Let me just do that once again. For the documentation, I said you need your NXP form. Your NX,
NSP.
yeah, NXP. Your NXP form
Okay.
filled in 6 copies. You need 6 copies of that. Then you need your pro forma invoice, your insurance certificate, your bill of lading, your commercial invoice. It's NXP. NXP.
NXP.
Yes. National Export
Okay.
Proceeds Form. National
Okay.
Export Proceeds Form. Yeah.
Okay.
NXP form, your insurance certificate, your pro forma invoice, your bill of lading, your commercial invoice, your NEPC certificate, that's your export license, your
NNPC. It is
N
NNPC.
NEPC, National Export Promotion Council certificate, NEPC.
It's okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's your export license. Then you need your, of course, your business registration, limited liability with CAC, the contract where it is applicable, and your standardization certification, be it NAFDAC, SON, ISO, your shipping documentation, and other certificates that are necessary depending on what you're exporting.
Awesome. So the certificates are quite much. I think it's something you really need to handle them through the process
Yeah.
and getting it as well. I'm not sure they can get everything in one place. I think there are processes to it,
No, no, no,
right?
no. So yeah, so we can also connect it with how that is done and handhold you through that as well.
Okay, if you are still on the live stream, we still have quite a number of persons here. What you can do, please, if you really are interested in this, I think you should reach out to Ms. Tosin. I think you should reach out to her. Nothing like having somebody who have gone through the process hold you by the hand and walk you through it. It's going to be very easy. And mind you, remember she's the country representative of the Egyptian Business Men Association, and she has been in this for quite a number of years.
Yeah.
So with a
Yeah.
track record of experience, she can walk you through this. I am sure about that.
And
All
where you
right.
can find buyers is through trade missions and trade fairs. Trade missions that are organized by different organizations. For example, we are going to be having one in October uh, in Egypt as well. So if you're interested, we can go to Egypt together. You showcase your products. We also have online showcasing of people's products as well. So yeah, trade fairs, trade missions. Those are places where you can also find buyers for your products.
There is a question in the comments. Do I need to pin that, Susan?
Yeah, what does it say?
It says thanks a lot for this awesome info. We are paying 250K. How long have we got?
Um, the discount is till Monday. Till Monday. So you have like 72 hours thereabouts.
Okay. So Halima, we have 72 hours to jump on that discount. And I think it's really, really cheap. It's worth it for everything that will be thought. And there is a 3 years mentorship. Did I hear you say 3 years mentorship?
Yeah, like I said, it's not 3 years mentorship that we're meeting every day. It's not a marriage. It's not a marriage. Yeah. It is that okay, so we have shown you the process, you are going through the process. It's a community where you can always come back in and say, okay, guys, these are the issues I'm having, and all of that. So you just belong to our community, and then we can guide you through the process because now you are hands on, you're doing it. We don't just want to throw you out there. We are here for you. That's what we are saying. But it's not a
Awesome.
marriage that you visit me every day for 3 years. No.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Tosin. Thank you, Emmy. I know more persons are
Thank
joining
you.
the call, but we'll be leaving the replay for you. Once again, we're apologizing for the break in transmission and the glitches we had early on. Nigeria happened to us, Africa happened to us. This is why we have to tap into the well. This is why we have to tap into the wealth beyond borders so we can change the narratives for our dear continent. Okay, no, discount ends Monday. Yes, Mila, discount ends Monday. Am I right, still saying?
Yes.
So discount ends Monday. The email is right here for you to reach out to Miss Tosin.
Yeah, yeah. Just go straight to the link. If you go to the seller.co link, you get easy access straight away
Yeah,
to the.
I posted that on the comment section too. That's the link. You can just click right on the comment section and then you'll be good to go. All right. So we'll leave the replay here for you if you need to come back. For those of you who could not pick up with all the documentation and everything, to be here for you All questions thus far has been trashed. So if you are still on a live call, what do we say to Miss Tosin? I need us to appreciate her. I want to see her blush with this her fine hair. Amazing.
Thank you, Tosin. Thank you.
you
Thank you.
for having
Awesome. Awesome. Thank
me.
you for your time,
Thank
all
you,
the
Monica.
explanations. We are better informed now. We know what to do. It's the Muller now. We have to go to get.
Thank you, Amy.
Thank you.
Everything. Thank you so much, Philip, for your support. It's been amazing. Thank you, Mode Africa. Thank you, CEO Tekena Ikoko, for the platform. We appreciate you. Thank you, everyone.
Yeah.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, everyone. I really appreciate it. I've enjoyed
Thank you,
myself.
Shape Experience.
Yeah. So thank
And
you
you
so much. Tosin.
as well.
Thank you,
Yes,
Philip. Thank
I think
you.
you're on the ship. You're on the
It's
ship
good to be
program,
out
right?
here with you.
Yes, I am.
Oh, amazing. How's it been for you?
No,
Awesome.
I'm a Shape graduate.
Are you serious? I didn't attend our shape community hangouts. Amazing. All right.
Amazing. Thank you.
Trust the ship experience has been awesome for us.
It has.
Yes.
Amazing. Awesome. So thank you so much, Tosin. Thank you, Emma.
Thank you,
Despite
everyone.
everything, I am happy we still pulled this through despite the network glitches and all.
Yeah, we did.
Amazing.
Thank
Okay,
you.
I'm hoping we can have more sessions like this. I don't know. I see since more persons are interested in this topic, so I'm hoping there can be more sessions like this powered by Mode Africa.
Yes, with more stable network.
So thank you so much. Okay, bye bye. Okay, I
Thank
think
you,
I'm having a
people.
comment. What is she
All right.
saying? Patience is saying thank you, Tosin. Thank you. Okay.
Thank you.
Amazing.
I'm looking out for your email.
Thank you to everyone taking action. Thank you so much. All right.
All right. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
A young man named Philip once jumped out of a burning building through the first floor window. He was the A young man named Philip once jumped out of a burning building through the first floor window. He was the only survivor of this painful and tragic event. He was deeply grateful. Problem now is 3 years later, whenever Philip wakes up in his apartment, he never takes the front door. Every morning, he still jumps out of those windows to go to work. You and I are just like that young man. Research shows that driven by an instinct to survive the drama of childhood and teenage years, we unconsciously adopted certain beliefs, habits, and attitudes. These beliefs and attitudes helped us to survive, but now we do not realize the extent in which they sabotage us from truly enjoying what we have or connecting with what we truly want. From students to educators, from lovers to parents, from employees to employers, if you don't unlock these patterns, you may never sustain true happiness, no matter the success you achieve in life. These habits that got you to where you are now may never get you to where you truly want to be. And sadly, the fish does not know it is swimming in the river of its own urine. Our intervention program called SHAPE runs on a new emerging research that frees you from these saboteurs and engages your sage brain. It's delivered via an app in a way that has proven to be incredibly sustainable. This SHAPE program reconnects you to reposition you. You deserve better. So click the link below or the next button to understand more.